Well, at the same
Sure.
time, make it in a way that you can bring new people into the sport, which is a big reason why I decided to go full on the sim side of things. That's the gateway. You know, people say like rallycross is sort of the gateway
Yeah.
drug, but sim is there's so many people on the sim side of things, and I would love to bring as many of those people into the fold and show them like there is a path to go from that. You can just do sim forever. Sims are amazing. It's so much fun, but there is a path that you really could take if you save and work at it and ask the right people and just go out there and help the community. It really does come back, and you can find yourself in a rally car a lot sooner than you might expect.
And it's a lot easier to get into an entry-level rally car like what you found versus like I want to go out and race wheel to wheel. Like all of a sudden, like getting
Right.
up like a even a spec Miata or something like that. That can be a lot more expensive than a rally car,
Mm-hmm.
depending. Now how things go once you start racing. I mean, a lot of variables in play on both sides.
Yes.
But back to the sim. I mean, is it still a valuable tool? Is it still something that you try and sharpen kind of your skills, your driving? Are you still using it?
Yes, I am. I can say this, and I think this is probably the biggest testament to it. When I was first introducing myself to people in the sport and just going out and shooting media, this is the best thing you could do, by the way, as far as just a quick aside. If you want to get into the sport, just go out and help people who need
Yeah,
help, whether that's shooting photos or video or out there wrenching, whatever. Just get into the service park and hang out, and you will learn so much. And the rally community is amazing. Out there talking to all these people in the sport who have been driving for years, and I'm telling them my plan, because at the time, all I had was my Logitech wheel. I didn't have a car, nothing. And I told them, I want to learn as much as I can from the sim. And most said, you're not going to learn anything from that sim. I don't know what you're going to be getting from that, which is fair. They hadn't really done it before, or maybe they did it in a way that wasn't faithfully reproducing some of the things in a real rally car. And so I was like, that's fair. Yeah, that's fine. 1 year later, I'm now racing, or rallying, and they see our results and they see the speed in this old car. And I'm not anything special. I am no Max Verstappen. I'm no Colin McRae. I'm just a very regular dude. But being able to sit in that chair or with the PlayStation at the TV, whatever it is, to have a co-driver yelling directions into your ear and to be able to process that and translate that into motions in a car.
All the clunks. It's all metal. It's all metal on metal. I felt it when the wheels locked up.
In games like Dirt Rally 2, EAWRC, Richard Burns Rally, let's go with Dirt Rally 2, because a lot of people harp on that game for physics, whatever. That game was so good, because that was the first one I started playing. It's so good at teaching you the basics of rallying, of getting the weight onto the nose of the car and getting rotation going and all of that. It's such a massive improvement for just keeping your brain in the rally mindset, so that when I went to go and do my first rally, I had the first rally jitters, of course, or any
sure.
rally jitters I've learned now. But as soon as I started driving, I was already used to so many things because I spent an hour a day doing those things. I spent an hour a day having a co-driver yell things in my ears and have to translate them to a wheel and pedals. I spent an hour a day working with a very stiff brake pedal that feels just like the one in my car now, because it doesn't have a brake booster, and using brake and throttle and just left foot braking and going through a corner using brake and throttle. I got to do that every single day for months and months on end. So now it's really the only things I had to get used to. There was so much that was already covered off. I just had to get used to the true forces of what was going on in that car and a little bit of fear of dying.
A little bit, yeah.
So you get over those two things. And I just felt I was so much further ahead than I ever would have been if I hadn't been on the sim rig.
For sure. I think there's a lot of old school, because like sim racing, probably for sure in the last 2 or 3 years, maybe in the last 5, has come leaps and bounds. Like when you have direct drive wheels, brake pedals with load cells that are now available to the point where like you don't have to have tens of thousands of dollars to get these like kind of game changing components to what you can use at home. And then the physics have also been keep getting better. That like it can absolutely be a game changer. And the huge advantage you have is you have the sim, and then you actually have the driving experience. So you can actually see like, well, this is what it feels like in the sim. This is what it feels like when I actually drive. Where do these two things overlap and where do they not? What changes can I make to get these two to be closer? Once you have experience in both arenas, and you can kind of try and get them to be as similar as possible, then that's where all of a sudden the sim becomes a really valuable training tool, I think,
Yep.
for driving.
Oh, yeah.
So it makes total sense that kind of gave you that leg up.
Yeah, in my
on
opinion, pick any of the 3 main rally games. They are closer to the real thing. In my opinion, they're closer to the real thing than they are far from it. Like as far as handling a rally car, man, you can be so much further ahead getting into that car for the very first time in real life, playing in those games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And it like I said, it's way more attainable than even buying the cheapest rally car that you can find. You can actually get in there, see if this is what you like to do, and kind of start building that foundation up. Absolutely.
Thanks for tuning in. To hear the whole conversation, click below for the full episode of this podcast, or tune in every week on iTunes or Spotify. If you like these episodes, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, because your support is what makes all of this possible. As always, this show is brought to you by Flatirons Tuning, your premier source for any Subaru OEM or aftermarket parts. Check out our website at flatironstuning.com, and as always, stay tuned with Flatirons Tuning.